Hello, this is IB45 and today I'll be presenting Introduction to Cells Part 2. The IB requires us to know the 7 functions of life, and they include metabolism, reproduction, sensitivity, homeostasis, excretion, nutrition, and growth. Now, starting from metabolism, living things undertake essential chemical reactions. And then reproduction, living things produce offspring either sexually or asexually. And living things are also responsive to internal and external stimuli, which is sensitivity, and then homeostasis, which is living things maintain a stable internal environment. And they also do excretion, which is exhibiting the removal of waste product, and they eat, exchange gases with the environment, which is nutrition, and they can move and change size and shape, which is growth. Now, you should have these all in mind and memorized. My best solution is for you to memorize the simple Mr. Sheng terminology to know everything and write it down. With this said, the IB wants us students to know 2 specific examples that consist of the 7 functions of life, and one of the examples is the paramecium. The paramecium metabolizes through the cytoplasm, producing enzymes that are responsible for the chemical reactions they produce through the nucleus as it divides in half during mitosis through asexual reproduction and meiosis through sexual reproduction. And the cilia allows the paramecium to move around and reverse its direction when it hits something, while the contractile vacuole keeps the internal limits constant, correlating to the homeostasis. The plasma membrane excretes waste products out of the cell, and the food vacuole contracts what makes products out of the cell. Lastly, they move in all directions using the cilia, but small structures that cover the whole body propel the cell. The second example IB wants us to know is Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas' metabolic reaction takes place in the cytoplasm and are carried out by enzymes. They reproduce both sexually and asexually through binary fission, and they sense light changes through its eye spot and move towards the brighter region for effective photosynthesis. They collect water in a contractile vacuole and expels it through the membrane. This osmoregulation regulation ultimately helps the organism maintain water balance. They excrete using the surface of the plasma membrane, and they use photosynthesis to produce their own food. They also consume organic molecules and minerals to increase in size. As it can be identified in the examples of both paramecium and Chlamydomonas, all organisms, including unicellular and multicellular ones, have the 7 functions of life. Now, with this said, the IB also would prefer us to know how to draw and label these 2 organisms, paramecium and Chlamydomonas. Above is a photo for you to know. Take a look and try to memorize them. Remember to know specific differences. It'd be really nice. Finally, coming to an end, I want you to ask yourself if you can outline the functional characteristics of life. Now, I know the IB doesn't require us to know what Chlamydomonas or paramecium is, but it is to know the 2 key examples to the 7 functions of life, as they have constantly came up during tests through analysis. Thank you for listening to my lecture today.